welcome to the Disney News Show. Here's your host, Corella's Fur Coat.
Yes, this is the Disney News Show. I am Joe Worthington, aka Corella's Fur Coat, and this is episode 63 for Sunday the 20th of January 2013. Now, I hope you've all had a fantastic week. Are you all well? Hope you are. And this week in the world of Disney has, there's not been that much news actually. I think it's going to be quite a short show compared to maybe last week. Last week was quite a lot of news. We had all the stuff about My Magic Plus and all that great stuff. And this week, not as much from, from Disney. We've got some stuff from Walt Disney World though, quite a bit of stuff from there. And Disney Movies as well. Disney Movies have got some pretty cool news this week about the release dates of some upcoming films over the next couple of years. That'll bring you all that great news at the end of the show, so be sure to stick around for the movies news if you're interested in that kind of stuff. But first, on Friday, Monsters Inc. 3D actually came out here in the UK. Finally, well, it's not been that long actually since it came out in the US. It's only been about a month, so it's pretty good actually that we got it on Friday. But yeah, I've not had a chance to see it yet, but I really do want to go and see it. Monsters Inc., a fantastic movie, and in 3D I'm sure it'll look fabulous. So there we go. Have I picked something up this week? I've not actually gone and bought anything, but I did do a trade. I did a Vanimation trade on Facebook, and I actually got two Vanimations, and they are both from the Lion King series. First up we have Banzai, there, with the hyenas, and secondly Shenzi. I should say Shenzi and Banzai. So there we go, pretty cool Vanimations there. I actually traded one Vanimation, it was the variant Donald from Animation 2. It's one that I do like, but I'd rather have these villains in my collection rather than Donald, so that was great that I managed to sort that trade out. So there we go, two fantastic Vanimations. These will go up there with my villains collection very soon, so that's great news there. I'll be looking for, well, the other two villains that we have from the Lion King series. We have Scar, obviously, and Ed, who is the Chaser, who is going to be quite hard to find, obviously. Well, not that hard to find, just very expensive, or very, I need to trade another Chaser, really, don't I? So, there we go, there's just a couple of vinyls got this week. Of course, my vinyl traders are here, if anyone is interested. And so, there we go. So, yeah. My villains collection is coming along quite nicely. Do I have, is it 11 now? 11 villains, including those two. Got my Goofy collection up there, 7 Goofies and my villains, so that's my collections. So there we go. And that is that. But just before we get started, actually, one more thing. I've spoken quite a bit before on the show about the fantastic UK Disney podcast, The Mini Minxes. And this is a podcast run by Kim and Michelle, two amazing girls who do this podcast. It's a wonderful podcast. Interviews and just Disney chat every 2 weeks. And they are actually holding a meetup in Nottingham in 2 weeks now, is it? Or was it next week? No, it's 2 weeks, sorry. Yeah, 2 weeks. On the 2nd of February, they're holding a Disney meetup in Nottingham. And I would really encourage you to go along if you're free. Unfortunately, I'm away that weekend, so I'm not going to be able to attend, but I would have loved to attend. They were actually doing this in conjunction with Daydreaming Disney, or Emma, who is fantastic as well, does a blog and all that kind of stuff. So it's wonderful stuff, and I really would encourage you to go along if you're interested in this kind of stuff. Go and check out their podcast at The Mini Minxes, that's their Twitter at the minute. The podcast is The Mini Minxes, and they've got a new blog, new website, new design, all that kind of stuff. And I've been meaning to mention this for a couple of weeks now, and I've just forgotten. So sorry about that, girls. But yeah, if you like this kind of stuff that I do, you'll love The Mini Minxes. So go and check them out, and go to this meet if you can. I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. And yeah, so that is that. So yeah, go and check that out. Link will be down below, obviously, to The Mini Minxes. To their podcast and their website and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so there we go. Go and check them out. New episode actually. I'm pretty sure a new episode out tomorrow. The Mini Minxes, episode 26. So their 1 year anniversary. So that is fantastic for them. And yeah, so there we go. Just a quick reminder there. Go and check out the Mini Minxes. But that is pretty much it. So we're going to get straight to the news, starting off with the Walt Disney World news for this week. And an announcement was made this week regarding a new experience coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom based on the Wilderness Explorers from the Disney Pixar film Up. And obviously, if you've seen the film, you know that Russell from the film is a wilderness explorer. And the new adventure game coming to Animal Kingdom will include challenges set around the entire park, using field guides and with a chance to earn badges. And it's going to open this spring, so coming very soon. And this looks really cool. I love Up, one of my favourite Disney films, and the whole kind of interactive game experience kind of thing that Disney's doing at the moment is really great from what I've seen, and I'm sure this is going to be fantastic. And this is kind of developing more on this kind of guest experience thing that Disney is going for, in terms of not just attractions in terms of rides and shows, but this whole adventure game set around the whole parks. Now, we've had Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom coming to Magic Kingdom, obviously around a year ago, and we then had Agent P's World Showcase Adventure, which happened at Epcot last week. That did replace the Kim Possible thingamajig, but that obviously they're developing these, and I'm sure they'll be bringing something to Disney Hollywood Studios soon as well, if this is kind of that similar kind of interactive game kind of challenge kind of thing, which it sounds like it is. And I think it's fantastic what Disney is doing, and so there we go. And I'm very much looking forward to finding out more about this. So there we go. I'll bring you more news as it comes, as to a release date, kind of where it's going to be based and all that kind of stuff when we get it. But as it says, opening this spring, so for Disney that's probably May, June, but still very exciting stuff. And there we go. Keep your eye out for the new Wilderness Explorer challenge coming to Disney's Animal Kingdom. Okay, next up, at Epcot's Innoventions, the Habit Heroes exhibit has reopened this week after closing very quickly after its initial opening last February. And this was after major criticism, as many thought its messages were insensitive to overweight people. And I do remember this happening last year, around a year ago really, wasn't it, February. And they closed the entire exhibit after only a couple of days, I believe. And they have now reopened it, rewritten it completely, new story, and it does still have the healthy living messages, you know, that what you'd expect, but it obviously is not as negative, I guess it was, towards overweight people as maybe it was last time. So there we go. that is pretty much that from Innoventions, and if you do get a chance to go and check that out, I'd like to hear your thoughts. And if you did get a chance to check out the last one as well, then I'd really like to know the differences. I've not really heard many people saying about the differences yet, but there we go. So Habit Heroes reopening at Innoventions. Well, did reopen. Okay, so next up at Walt Disney World, the next part of Limited Time Magic will be another character meet and greet experience, this time in the form of Long Lost Friends Week. Now this will be happening all next week, well, from tomorrow until next Sunday, 27th of January. And it'll include appearances from many rare and, very rarely seen, Disney characters in the Magic Kingdom. And these will include the likes of Robin Hood characters, Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horsecollar, and also the Three Little Pigs. And for a big character fan such as myself, this sounds absolutely fantastic. This is one of the things that I was really excited about when they did announce Limited Time Magic last year, that they said we were going to be getting Long Lost Friends Week, and it just sounds like it's going to be great. I mean, I'd love to see more villains out and about really next week, and so that'd be really cool. But getting Robin Hood characters, you don't see them in the Magic Kingdom very often, well, ever really, or people like Three Little Pigs, as I just said. Clarabelle Cow and Horace Horsecollar do actually appear in the Frontierland Hoedown Happening, is it called? Yeah, Hoedown Happening. And so they are around, but you don't get the chance to kind of meet and greet them. And I did hear that they actually won't be signing autographs because of time issues and to keep lines moving, because as you would expect, people will be like so well, they'll be heading towards these characters, and it'll be like, I think it's going to be mayhem really to get to keep these guys under control, because people do love characters. I mean, it's not an unknown fact that people are very interested in meeting Disney characters, and so yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next week, and I'll bring you all the news of who was around during next week's episode. And so there we go. So yeah, Long Lost Friends Week happening all this week at Magic Kingdom. Okay, Disney has also given dates this week for a couple of the upcoming limited time magic events happening throughout the year. And first up, True Love Week will take place from February the 11th to the 17th, and will include Prince and Princess meet and greets. So normally you only get to meet the princesses at Magic Kingdom, but you'll be able to see the princes as well, which is great and quite a rare experience. Maybe you get to see Eric, probably the most kind of common out of the Disney princes, but the rest of them are really quite rare, and so to get the chance to meet them will be great. And that'll be all to kind of tie in with the Valentine's Day that'll be taking place in February, of course. Next up, Independence Weekend will be happening from the 1st to the 4th of July, and apparently 4th of July fireworks will be happening each of those nights. From what I've heard, it sounds like you're going to be getting 4th of July fireworks each of the nights from the 1st to the 7th of July, so that will be taking place at the Magic Kingdom. And finally, something that we did actually know about is Unleash the Villains, which, as a big villains fan as myself, very excited about this one. It'll be only on Friday the 13th of September, obviously Friday 13th, 2013. What a better night to have a villains night. And it'll be at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and will include a Disney Villains dance party until 1 AM. And this is actually during the same time that the Reflections of Evil pin and animation trading event will be happening at Epcot. So for people who are planning their trips around then, very, very jealous of you. You'll get the chance to go out and do the pin trading event, and then the Unleash the Villains thing, and it's just going to be fantastic. And yeah, so there we go. Unleash the Villains happening at Disney Hollywood Studios on Friday the 13th of September. Okay, next up at Walt Disney World, the Disney Visa exclusive meet and greets at Epcot's Inventions has been given extended opening hours, and will now open from 1 to 7 PM instead of previously 1:30 to 4:30 PM. And for those of you who don't know what this is, any guest with a Disney Visa card, and I think there's 3 different types of them, well, anyone who's got a Disney one, can meet Disney characters at this location and receive a 5x7 photo, a complimentary photo. So yeah, just be aware of that. If you have got a Disney Visa card, you can go and check out the characters from 1 to 7 PM now, daily, instead of, well, the previous shorter hours. Okay, also at Epcot, beginning last Wednesday, Le Cellier Steakhouse at Epcot's Canada Pavilion began offering an all-day menu rather than a separate menu for lunch and dinner. So just be aware of that if you are now booking Le Cellier, that the menu for the entire day is the previous dinner menu. So yeah, just kind of be aware of that if you want to eat at Le Cellier, that you can now no longer get the very popular burger, of course, that people always rave about. You cannot get that anymore because that was only on the lunch menu, I hear. So there we go, so just be aware of that if you're heading to Le Cellier for lunch anytime soon. Okay, next up, the Romance edition of Celebrate the Magic is now being shown at Magic Kingdom in the lead up to Valentine's Day. So this is the first of kind of the variations on Celebrate the Magic, the new nighttime show at the Magic Kingdom, and this is similar to what they did with the Magic Memories Are New, that there's different variations on the story or on the projections shown throughout the year. So great news there. Anyone who is heading to Walt Disney World at the moment will be able to see the Celebrate the Magic Romance edition in lead up to Valentine's Day. A couple of refurbishments now, and the Spirit of Aloha dinner show at Disney's Polynesian Resort is set to close for a short refurb from January the 29th to February the 1st, reopening on February the 2nd. So just be aware of that if you're planning on booking the Spirit of Aloha dinner show. And finally, the beach pool at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort will be having a refurbishment very soon, with the slide out of action from February the 24th and the whole pool closing on the 7th of March and 8th of March, and then it reopening on the 9th of March. And so they're just kind of, it's all to do with the big refurb that the Grand Floridian is happening at the moment. And the courtyard pool is set to reopen on March the 16th, so that is currently closed, as I've mentioned before. But for those dates in between, well, for the 7th and 8th, there will be no, there'll be neither the beach pool or the courtyard pool at the Grand Floridian. Okay, so next we're moving over to Disneyland, and the next part of limited time magic at Disneyland that was announced this week was the return of Happy Lunar New Year celebration. And this will take place at Disney's California Adventure from February the 8th to the 11th during the time of the Oriental New Year. And the celebrations will be happening daily in the Pacific Wharf area of the park between 10 AM and 5 PM. And they include cultural experiences such as kind of Oriental food, dancing, I've heard martial arts as well as character meet and greets with characters from Mulan, so Mulan, Mushu, as well as you'd expect Mickey and Minnie in kind of their Chinese outfits. So really cool stuff there. This actually does sound interesting, and I know they've done it before, and so it's just another one of them things that they're bringing out the bag and just saying limited time magic, here you go. But it does kind of sound interesting, and so that is Happy Lunar New Year celebration coming to Disney's California Adventure very soon. Okay, moving over to the movies news now, and this week Disney has given release dates of a number of its upcoming projects. As I mentioned at the start of the show, these are actually really interesting, so here we go. Firstly, Muppets 2 will open on March the 24th, 2014, and it has also been confirmed that Ricky Gervais will be starring in a sequel, which is quite interesting really. I'd say Ricky Gervais will work very well with the Muppets, and I'm very interested to see what kind of happens there. But yeah, so there we go. We definitely know that Muppets 2 will be coming on March 24th, 2014. Next, 1952, which will be written by Damon Lindelof, directed by Brad Bird, and star George Clooney, will hit theatres on December 19th, 2014. Now, we don't really know very much about this project, although, well, apart from, that those guys are involved, and very, very excited to see what they do. Really, that team together should work extremely well, and I'm very excited to see what happens there. But as I said, we don't really know much about 1952. And next up, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, that's all we've been given notes now, will be released on July 10th, 2015. So yeah, we don't know much about that either, but I'm pretty sure Johnny Depp will be coming back. I don't think there's any doubt as to whether he will be returning as Jack Sparrow, but there we go, Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I've heard people saying that franchise has been done too much and we do not need any more sequels, but personally I do love Pirates of the Caribbean, and I was really quite impressed with the fourth movie. I know people kind of thought it wasn't as good as the original trilogy, but for me it was better than At World's End. I did prefer On Stranger Tides, but that's just my opinion, and I will be excited to see. I know I'll keep watching these movies. I do find them very fun, and that's just that. But there we go. So yes, Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I'll bring you more information on that. I'm sure we'll get some more quite soon. But yeah, July 10th, 2015. Actually, no, we probably won't, because that is a long time away, like over 2 years away. So there we go. But that is that. And finally, Maleficent has been pushed back from March 2014 to July 2nd, 2014. And this is probably because the Muppets would have been released at a similar time, and I guess Disney doesn't want two movies in theatres at the same time, possibly, but I'm guessing Muppets got priority on its release date, so yeah, I guess that's good. Maleficent getting a summer release date. Very excited for Maleficent, like so excited you won't believe it. But there we go, July 2nd, 2014. And just be aware that they are all US release dates. We do not have any news on any other countries. UK will probably add 3 months to them, and you've probably got the UK release dates. From what we've seen in the past, we normally get them about 3 months later, which is a big shame, but there we go. And so that is about films that are being released. Now a movie that has been cancelled. Well, not a movie, but a re-release, and that is of The Little Mermaid. And Disney was planning on re-releasing The Little Mermaid in 3D this September, and all plans have been scrapped. So that is quite a big shame, really, because I think Disney was doing well with the 3D re-releases, and it means we will not be seeing Ariel or anyone else on 3D, in 3D on the big screen anytime soon. This probably also means that we won't be getting a Blu-ray 3D release of the film either, but that hasn't been confirmed. I'm sure we will be getting a Blu-ray release sometime soon. I'm guessing next spring. I'm thinking next spring. It could be this this fall, but who knows. So yeah, so I'm sure Little Mermaid will be coming out soon, but just not in 3D. So that is pretty much all the news this week. Not too much, as I said at the beginning, but still some really cool stuff. And this has been Disney News Show episode 63 for Sunday, the 20th of January 2013, from me, Joe Worthington, aka Corella's Fur Coat. Do not forget to check out all my other Disney videos and stuff like that, and don't forget to check out next week's episode of the Disney News Show. It'll be episode 64, and it'll be out next Sunday, 27th of January. And so yeah, do not also forget to check out the Mini Minxes, the link down below to their fantastic podcast, and also their meetup happening in 2 weeks. It should be really, really great. And so that is that. And do not forget to leave any comments, questions, messages, anything like that down below in the comments boxes, or send me a personal message if you would like to. Also, follow me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. I'm at Corella's Fur Coat, link also down in the description box, and go and follow me if you would like to. I love chatting to you guys on there. It's a great way to stay in contact, and so fantastic stuff there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. Goodbye.